Hey guys, remember to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on below of why you think you deserve this account. And to remind people what the account name is, it's Overkill, as you guys can see in chat. And this account will be given away at the end of the Road to 6-star series. So once this account hits 6 stars. Peace out. What's going on, guys? It's Parker here. So welcome back to another Road to 6-star episode. This is episode 3, and we're going to do something a little different today. It's not actually us playing, it's more so a shop guide and what I think you guys should get in the early stages, later stages, in general. I'm just going to do a full shop guide, so definitely watch this episode if you're interested in what I would buy, and what, if you want suggestions on what you should buy. So yeah, we'll get right into it. The essentials that I kind of mentioned first episode that you need to buy is, right off the bat, you want to buy Apprentice Helmet. You're going to want to buy Dust to Light, Engineering Iron Pack, that's probably one of the most important things. Golden Head is very important, as well as Speed 2, definitely buy that in this update. Aero Economy, and those are the Forged. So those are the basic things you want to buy. So now we'll get into the more advanced things. After that, guys, you're going to want to definitely go for Sharp and Power books. So you're going to go first under Weaponsmithing. Max up your power first. After that, max out your sharp second. Power is definitely be more important. So after you get your power and sharp books, definitely go for quick pick. It's probably one of the most useful crafts in my opinion for lower stars nowadays, and they just recently added it. So under toolsmithing, go all the way up to quick pick on the top side. After that, you also want to go for proj and prop books. Doesn't matter what order. Honestly, depends if you're a bow or a melee player. But definitely go on both sides of armor smithing halfway. I would definitely, if I were you, go to enchanting and go for light anvil after that. Light anvil is going to be very important for rushing once you have your proj, prot, sharp, and power books. So definitely go for light anvil after that. So after you get those basic crafts, guys, I would definitely upgrade your archery kit. I would try and upgrade it at least to level 2, so you get 5 string and 7 feathers. That way you're guaranteed a bow, rod, and a decent amount of arrows. So definitely get your archer kit to level 2 after you do those following things. You don't really need it at level 3, but yeah, definitely do that. Okay, so after that, guys, you're going to make a big loop and really start focusing on certain professions so you can start working for extras and regular ultimates. So right off the bat, in my opinion, once you have these basic things, I would definitely work to getting Light Apple. So definitely go for Light Apple first. So max out cooking and focus on that completely, as well as besieging it. So 2 Light Apples, in my opinion, is very important for snowballing and in general. Okay, so after you guys get both your Light Apples, I would definitely try and focus on Hunter. You don't need to max it out completely, but getting these extra nuggets from kills is going to be very useful, especially if you're crafting Light Apples. So in my opinion, I would get up to halfway point on both sides so you get the saddle velocity as well as a few nuggets from kills. It's gonna be very useful, trust me. So definitely do that, so you get those 2 crafts as well as a few nuggets from kills. Okay, so the next thing you guys are gonna do is actually prestige weaponsmithing. I know it sounds crazy, but you definitely want to max out weaponsmithing as well as prestige it, because that way you can craft 3 sharp books and Sharp 3 Diamond Rush or Sharp 3 Dragon Rush, which will be very useful. So at this point in the game, guys, the only 2 professions that you have completely prestiged are cooking and weaponsmithing. After that, you're going to want to try and prestige engineering. So this way you'll get crafting a Tarn Helm, Obsidian, which will be useful for crafting a Dragon Sword actually. Ultimate Philosopher's Pickaxe, as well as an extra Iron Pack, which are actually very useful when rushing. So definitely prestige engineering after this, and just keep working for it. Personally, after this, I kind of like going for Pandora's box under Bloodcraft. Although it's not like that useful, you do get 2 extra seconds of speed as well by doing this, and it's kind of a fun thing to do. This is why I recommend it. It's kind of like fun to play around with. So after you have your Iron Packs, guys, something that will definitely give you an extra advantage is going for toolsmithing. You're gonna want to prestige toolsmithing, because at this point you only have up to the quick pick on this side, so you're gonna want to max this side out, and get the enhancement book, which can also be useful for rush. But the main reason you're prestiging it is for the extra forge, because having 4 forges are definitely useful. after you have all of this stuff, I would definitely start working on either, it's your choice. This order doesn't really matter too much, but you can kind of do it back and forth by maxing out survivalism and maxing out hunter. At this point, you're halfway point on hunter. I would definitely focus maybe get the survivalism halfway and then go back and forth, because one, having the survivalism is so useful in caves for fall damage and other stuff, and having the extra nuggets is huge for snowballing, because just off 2 kills in solo you can create a light apple. So the next thing I'd recommend doing is definitely max out enchanting. The reason being is not really for the crafts in this section, because you already have light anvil. It's more so for the 5% magnetism added, because it will make rushing a lot easier, because you'll get a lot more levels from coal, redstone, mobs, really anything by adding this. So definitely go for maxing out enchanting. You don't need to prestige it, it's not really that important to prestige, but definitely max it out for the magnetism. At this point in the game, you have most of the stuff you guys need in professions. You're definitely going to start shifting your kits from archery to stone tools if you play solo. Just recently, I started to shift over to stone tools in solo specifically, because it's a lot easier to rush. So what I would do is pretty much just max this out completely after you do all this stuff, because it will make rushing a lot easier. Even if you don't have haste 2, you'll have at least haste 1, and efficiency 3 stone tools is very useful. After you have maxed out stone tools, guys, you're gonna want to pretty much at this point you only have Pandora's box and Budcraft, so you're gonna want to max out all the sides as well as prestige it for the extra golden head, because having 4 golden heads in solo can really make a difference, as well as this extra speed as well. It's gonna make rushing a lot easier. It's gonna make meleeing a lot easier. Now since you have stone tools, you definitely want to do this, because melee is gonna be your main game when you have stone tools. Okay guys, so the next thing I definitely go for is start looking at extras and go for Anduril. You already have weaponsmithing and engineering, so it's only 150,000. It might take a while, but definitely go for this extra ultimate next. So after you guys get Anduril, the next extra ultimate you guys want to get is definitely Daredevil. It's really good for rushing. I crafted a lot. That's my personal opinion of why I want Daredevil. Other people argue differently, but I'd go Anduril first, then Daredevil for extras. After that, the extra ultimate you definitely want is Cornucopia. You already have all these as well. So Anduril, Daredevil, then Cornucopia. So after you get those 3 extra ultimates, guys, I would definitely go under back to professions, under engineering, and get haste 2. Haste 2 is going to be so useful for mining, especially with stone tools now. It'll be a lot easier to rush. So definitely unlock haste 2. It's a lot of coins, but definitely go for it. So at this point in the game, you have pretty much all the professions maxed out except a few. So I would go ahead at this point and max out apprentice, max out alchemy, as well as max out the rest of your professions. I think those were the only 2 that weren't maxed out, but yeah, definitely max those 2 out. You don't have to prestige them, but definitely max them out. After this, guys, I would definitely go ahead and prestige Hunter. This way you'll get an extra arrow economy, extra velocity, extra fender, just a bunch of extra stuff. So after you do all these things, we're going to definitely just start focusing on extras. You have all the professions you need to get the extras. So what I would do next is ignore these first things. They're not very necessary at the beginning. The next extra I would definitely go for is Chest of Fate. Or dice. These 2 are very easy to craft when you snowball, and they're kind of fun to play around with. So go for these 2 first. After that, I would go for King's Rod. It's something that can be kind of fun to play around with. It opens up a lot more strategies in the game, so that's why I would definitely go for King's Rod. And then after that, I would go for Shoes of Vidor, because if you're doing a King's Rod strat, you might as well shoot Shoes of Vidor as well. So after that, guys, the next extra ultimate that I would definitely buy is Axe of Faroon. I actually don't have this even on my main account yet, but I'm definitely working to get it, because right now it's a diamond axe and it's really broken. So definitely go for Axe of Faroon. Thereafter that, I would go for either Tablets, Hide, or Miner's Blessing. Doesn't matter what order you do these in, but do these 3. No specific order, whatever you're really feeling, but these are like more mining extras. Honestly, the only 2 other extras I would really work up to get are either Artemis or Exodus. And even those, they're so hard to craft that I don't even know if I would even get them at this point. So if you want to, you can go for those two first. If not, I would definitely work on Prestige 2 for other things. But the rest of the stuff, pretty much only buy once you max out the rest of your shop, because they're not really that useful, to be honest. None of the rest of the extras, like Essence isn't useful anymore. I've never made Ambrosia before. Plastic Cleansing is useful. I mean, the rest of them are just way too hard to craft, but yeah. So after that, guys, you're definitely going to want to start working on Prestige 2 for Professions. First, I would definitely Prestige 2 Hunter. That's probably the most important one, after Haste 2, obviously. After that, it honestly doesn't really matter what you Prestige 2. All of them are pretty good. I would go for Toolsmithy maybe next, since you get a 10% extra drop. And the rest after that, it's pretty much just whatever you really feel like. Speed 2 if you want more Speed 2. If you want more Strength. This order doesn't really matter how you Prestige 2 something. But definitely Prestige 2 everything after you've gotten the extras that I said. Okay, so that's pretty much the shop guide. The rest of it is honestly your call. Like I said, those extras that I listed before, I wouldn't get until after you max out your shop guide. I also wouldn't recommend prestiging any of the kits until you max out your shop as well, because I only really use stone gear and archery set. And those two maxed out is perfectly fine. You don't really need prestige. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. But yeah, that's my shop guide. If you guys got any questions about extras, the shop guide itself, if I missed anything, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer in the comments. Remember to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is like this video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.